Reiki 2 Lesson 18 Animal Reiki Techniques. As we learnt in the first degree, Reiki can be used on every living thing for healing, personal development, deep relaxation and stress relief. Animals are particularly receptive to Reiki energy. As an advanced Reiki practitioner, we now have the tools and techniques to develop further how we use Reiki on animals, from our own household pets to providing the service professionally to people or organizations that care for and/or work with animals. Animal Reiki is an extremely popular and rewarding niche that more and more Reiki practitioners are adding to their Reiki practice. Reiki is a very effective therapy for animals for exactly the same reason it works well on people. You just need to sit your pet's cat or dog on your lap while you pet and conduct a Reiki healing session to discover just how happy, receptive and relaxed they become within seconds of the treatment beginning. Animals respond positively to Reiki, and you can really help your family pets as well as other animals feel so much better and help them to recover from illnesses, diseases, through labor and from past neglect or abuse. You can give Reiki to animals in a number of situations. When they are ill, Reiki helps the healing process and works with all types of medical veterinarian intervention. When they are young or old, you can use Reiki on an animal of any age or situation. When they've been through a trauma, animals can use loving energy after they've experienced any type of abuse, loss or move, or if they seem to exhibit depression or other behavioral disorders. Even if you don't know what the problem is, you can still use Reiki to help. Rapport and communicating with animals. Animals respond differently to Reiki depending on their type of illness, their personality, and how well they know and trust you. There are a number of key indicators to look for so you can better understand and intuitively read if you are in rapport with the animal and it's safe and okay to perform Reiki on the animal. They are as follows. An animal may bark, growl, screech, fly, hiss, buck or run away as a way of telling you it doesn't want to be touched. If this happens and you know the animal is sick or in pain and really needs Reiki, then you can still treat the animal by using distant Reiki or by the zapping or beaming techniques. An animal may let you perform hands-on Reiki, but then after a while shift positions or look at you funny. Move your hands a few inches above the body, scan the aura and other parts of the animal's body, and continue treating the animal with Reiki if you intuitively feel that it's still needed. An animal may tell you it wants Reiki by coming near you when you're giving Reiki to yourself or someone else. If you're in rapport with the animal, you may find it moves itself so you can perform Reiki on the exact spot or position it needs it. So if the animal moves or appears to be fidgeting, just keep your hands in the same position just above the animal's body while it adjusts itself. Once the animal stops moving, gently place your hands straight back down onto the animal and continue the treatment. If at any time you sense a change in the animal's mood or energy and you are concerned for your own safety, stop the treatment immediately and continue sending Reiki from a safe distance. Remember, all these suggestions are just guidelines. It is key that you use your intuition and just go with what you are drawn to do. The animal will sense your positive loving energy towards it and respond accordingly. Preparing to treat an animal with Reiki. If you feel comfortable or you get intuitive messages to get closer to an animal, you can then try performing Reiki with your hands hovering above the pet, moving gradually into an actual hands-on position. Adapt the Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 techniques used for humans for treating animals. Because animals can't give you their express permission for you to perform Reiki, make sure you approach any animal in a slow and respectful manner when starting to give Reiki. Doing so gives the animal the opportunity to understand what you are doing and lets the animal make their feelings known. You may want to start by beaming Reiki to an animal from across the room or sending distant Reiki. These distant techniques may be sufficient for treating an animal and the safest method for you as a Reiki practitioner if you're treating large or exotic animals. Intention, as always, is the single most important factor in the success of an animal Reiki treatment. Your intention should be for the highest level of healing for the animal and that you can be used as a pure channel for Reiki energy. Healing, remember, is not from you but through you. Be clear about your role as a Reiki healer and why you are treating the animal. Animal Reiki techniques. Distant Reiki. This type of Reiki can be performed from anywhere, so you don't need to be near the animal to do this. You can use this technique to treat any trauma an animal may have suffered in the past, or to help the animal with an event in the future. Beaming Reiki from across the room. When you're working with an animal you don't know, start with beaming to connect you with the animal from a safe distance. You and the animal then can get a chance to connect, to be in rapport with each other before moving closer. It can also be an effective method of treating animals in zoos, aquariums, or in the wild. Reiki with hands-on hovering over the body. Some pets tolerate this type of Reiki for a longer period of time than hands-on Reiki, especially smaller pets where the weight of your hands can be uncomfortable or even painful if they are very ill or distressed. Hands-on Reiki. You can adapt the standard human Reiki 1 hand positions for your pets or other animals. While some animals are much smaller, the basic idea of anatomy is the same. Group Reiki. For larger animals, especially horses or large dogs, a few people can perform Reiki simultaneously, sending much love and healing all at once to the animal. You will discover that when you give Reiki to a sick animal, you will also be helping their owner or human companion at the same time. Animal lovers often treat their pets just like their children and get just as distressed when their inverted commas baby is ill or suffering. Just like treating a person, Reiki healing can often help an animal to recover from an illness. When nothing else can be done for the animal, in the case of just old age for example, Reiki can also help the animal to pass peacefully. Reiki doesn't change the natural order of events, but it can help the transition and can also be used to treat the animal's owners with their loss and grief.